Happy Friday! Okay, I am so glad you're here. I know the live is starting, and I know I'm not used to going live on the computer. Hi! I'm used to going live on my phone. So I sometimes have a hard time seeing when you guys are interacting. So I'm going to go live on my phone also so that I can see you when you're here. I want you to write comments as I'm talking to you because I don't want to talk at you. I want to be with you. So I'm just going to talk for a minute. There's 2 minutes until we actually get started. And I have to celebrate real quick the fact that my daughter just called, FaceTimed me from Plato's Closet, and was like, Mom, they've got a lot of free people stuff. Is there anything that you like? She was thinking about me, guys. That is my Friday win and celebration. I told her just to surprise me because that will be fun too. So, how are we feeling today on Friday? Let me know in the comments. I know I will see them. I will learn how this live stuff works. Are you feeling rested? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling bored? Are you feeling annoyed? There's so many options. Or are you not sure what you're feeling? Because that's sort of the whole purpose of today. I think I can create a poll. How are you feeling? I feel like we should have music or drinks or something. I've got my LaCroix. What are you drinking? Thank you for being here. Are we feeling awesome? Are we feeling funky? Those of you guys who are watching it on the replay, just go ahead and fast forward a little bit because the random filler conversation I know is kind of annoying to get through on a replay. Also, let me know in the comments if you are catching the replay. All right, I'm gonna go live on my phone also and see if that doesn't, actually maybe I'll just go in the group. Oh, hey, Yvette's here. That's cool. So I don't have to go live from my phone. I can just pull it up on my phone. Y'all, we are just learning together. Thank you for being a part of my tribe. So, all right, it's 12. I really value people's time. I always want to make sure to be intentional with starting on time. So just pop into the comments and tell me how you're feeling today. Let me know if you're in the replay, if you catch this some other time. But I just really value midday check-ins. And I want to use the example today. We had massages at school for teacher appreciation, which was much appreciated. I usually prefer really intense massages, get in there with your elbows, tears streaming down my face. Hey, Foster. But today's massage was gentle. Today's massage, he noticed the spots in my back that had tenderness and gave them attention, but didn't make me cry. Didn't get in and tear it up. And I sort of feel like that's what this is. This is a nice, gentle reset, a nice acknowledgement of some feelings you might be having without really digging in there and bringing it all up. So I was grateful for that analogy today. So tell me I'm not the only one who has days when you're just off, like that old you wake up on the wrong side of the bed kind of energy, and you find yourself saying things like, oh, I'm probably just tired, or maybe it's hormones and it must be menopause, or I just need a minute. And all those things are valid and accurate, but sometimes I think we brush off our experience. And that offness, that little funk that you're in, doesn't need more caffeine. It doesn't need to be judged or criticized. It just needs to be acknowledged. And a lot of times it really is trapped energy that's ready to be released. Now, I love my deep healing sessions, and if we've ever worked together, sometimes we do go deep, but it's not always necessary. We're so often taught that we have to just power through, or we numb it, or we spiritually bypass by making a list of all the things we're grateful for. Again, Gratitude lists are amazing. They're so important to shift you into a high vibration. But we have to actually take a minute and feel and experience and release, right? So this buildup of all the stuff that we're kind of dealing with on a day-to-day basis, right? So the emotions are not the problem. The funk is not a problem. The buildup is. Does that make sense? So if you're watching this in a, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to give me your level of funk. 1 is like, I'm actually watching this from under the covers in my bed. I can't face the world today. And 10 is, I'm amazing. I could teach this class. So just let me know where you are on a scale of 1 to 10 and that feeling of funky kind of heaviness. Okay. So a lot of the work that I do in my one-on-one sessions and my group sessions are getting to the root, but we don't always have time for that. Let's be real. We're busy. We're working. We're moms. We got shit to do. And so we don't always have to know the root in order to release this feeling. We don't always need hours of journaling time to get to the root, to feel better. You really just need 5 minutes. And that's what this is about, right? Again, sometimes I need that 90-minute deep tissue massage. And today, man, that 20-minute just tenderness was exactly what I needed. So let this practice be that tender massage for you, okay? So the very first step is to acknowledge it. Hey, I feel off and I don't need to fix it. I just need to let it move. That's it. How many of us as women, especially, let's be real, we're in this group because we are high achieving women. We're working hard all the time. We're giving and giving all the time. We just want a little acknowledgement. Like, can somebody please see how hard I'm working? We don't need a gold star. We don't need a cookie. Just see it. Your emotions are the same way, right? So it's okay to say, I feel funky. I feel off. And I'm not even going to try to fix it. I'm just going to let it move. And if you're sitting at your desk or you're driving down the road, you can literally just shake it out. Try it. If you're overthinking, shake your hands up here. Roll your head around, right? Sway your body, roll your shoulders. And if you know me, trust me, my family knows, you will catch me in a full-blown, I'm gonna be in the kitchen, I'll be shaking, and everybody's like, Mom's at it again. But you'd be surprised how quickly things can shift when you literally shake it off. I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan, sorry. I mean, she's great, I admire her, whatever, but she had something with this shake it off business. So really, truly, wherever you are, acknowledge it and then shake it off. And if you can actually get up and shake, it's all the better. And once you've shaken all you can shake, then we're gonna reset. And you just breathe. I like to put one hand on my chest and one on my belly, and I inhale. I'm allowed to feel. Exhale. I'm safe to release. Inhale. I come back to myself. Exhale. What's not mine, I let go. 9 times out of 10, the reason for our off feelings really have so much to do with stuff that we're carrying for other people. The schedules, the agendas, the emotions, that, well, if I do this, then he's not going to do this, and who's going to get that? Shake it off. Move it out. And I'm safe to feel, and I'm safe to release. I had one day in particular, I'll share this story with you. I just felt it building up. And nothing in particular was wrong. Like, nobody had said anything shitty to me. Like, I just had reached that point. So I sat down on the bed, I set the timer for 5 minutes, and I cried. And I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And of course, Britt was like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Sometimes I just feel like champagne." And in his loving way, he was like, "Bubbly, sexy, and ready to party." Like, what are you talking about? But you guys know what I'm talking about, that pent up pressure that just has to pop sometimes. So if that looks like setting a timer for 5 minutes and letting yourself cry, it's safe to do that. So it sounds really simple, but I dare you to try it. Get up and shake your hands, shake your body, give yourself permission to feel and permission to release it. You don't need it. And so after you've done that and you have returned home and you've reset, then you can get back to business. But don't power through it. There's no gold medal for powering through the heaviest shit, you know? And if you're new to my world, I also work with the emotion code. And the emotion code is a way that we find and release the specific emotion that has been stored in your body over time. Could also be inherited, could be absorbed, because we do have a tendency to take on things that don't belong to us. And I do love this modality because we're able to release it without having to really like dig in. Okay, and sometimes we don't have the words for it. And so we can tap into your energetic field, into your heart space and find it. And so I will be offering private sessions for those who want to go a little deeper. And shaking it off was great, but you do need that deep tissue massage. I have that available to you. But let's go ahead and do a little bit of releasing today. We've got about 10 minutes left in our live session today. If you are here live and you want a specific emotion released, go ahead and say me or emotion or something in the comments, and I'll be sure to do that for you. But in the meantime, I'm going to just check in for our collective. Okay. Freedom Frequency Collective. Those watching now or those who will watch in the future. Is the emotion of highest priority that's ready to be released now in column A? Is it in an odd row? B2, B4. Okay, so when you're B4, is it the trapped emotion of depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted? Imagine that. Not feeling heard, validated, or seen. We just want to be seen. So taken for granted. Ooh, I did turn myself on the phone so I could see your posts. Jamie's here, Renee's here, Candy's here. Now I can see who all's here. All right, let's release taken for granted. And even just being here today is you acknowledging your space. Thank you. A rebounder. Okay, Jamie, I got to talk about this rebounder thing. That's been on my radar for a while. I need to get another one. But the other day, I just had this image of us planting rebounders in our front yard, like bounding from one to another so that like our life felt like Mario Brothers. Yeah, that's how my brain works sometimes. Okay. Is the next trapped emotion that's ready to be released for the highest and best of our collective consciousness right here, right now in column A, in an odd row, B2, B4. Depression. Okay, you guys, we have had taken for granted and depression both located in B4. And B4, as you can see, is associated with the liver and the gallbladder. Okay, so a lot of times we're going to end up having discomfort in those parts of our body, or that's somewhere drinking will show up, or imbalances in the liver. If you have liver distortions, if you have years of feeling taken for granted, giving and giving to others and not being able to receive, depression, pressing down your own emotions, your body will feel it. So whatever this depression is, we are ready to release it now to allow you to express and express from a place of joy, place of peace. Remember, if anybody would like me to check in specifically for them, just say me in the comments. I can see them now. And I'll be sure to do one specifically for you. For our collective, column A, odd row, freedom frequency B, 2, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control. We do not like lack of control. As high achieving women, high functioning, we got to control every single thing. And when things feel out of control, we can sometimes feel a little dysregulated. But what if we surrendered? What if we just trusted that God really is looking out for us and taking care of us? So in this moment right here, right now, anywhere where lack of control got trapped for us, we release it now. All right, Jenna, you got it. Jenna Denton. Is the imbalance of highest priority for you right now in column A? Odd row, B, 2, failure, helplessness, trapped helplessness. Lots of things will try and take away our power, and you can take that back. Do we need to know any more about helplessness? Release it now. So holding the intention to agree with Jenna and anyone else who would like to release helplessness, go ahead and release that now. When we give away our power to our circumstances and to our emotions, it does make us feel helpless. But when we surrender and we recognize that God is in full control, that everything really is always happening for us, even the stuff that feels heavy, we can let go and let God. Is there any other emotion that's ready to be identified and released for our collective consciousness? Is it in column A, an odd row, B2? B2 and B4 are our fields today. Failure, helplessness, hopelessness. Anybody noticing hopelessness pop up? Like no matter how hard you work, like why bother? Nothing's working out for me. Just kind of want to give up. And then you bury that real deep and you power through. That's exhausting. Let's get that out of there. Release. Hope is a superpower. You guys have all heard the power of yet, right? So if you're working with weight, I haven't lost the weight yet. I haven't met my soulmate yet. This problem hasn't been solved for me yet. Just adding that little yet at the end of your sentence really just lets the subconscious know that we are still operating from a place of hope. All right, let's do one more. Again, unless anybody has a specific request, just let me know and I'll find that emotion for you specifically. But for our collective consciousness today in column A, odd row, A2, A4. Anger. Anger affects the liver also significantly. And you know, we had depression earlier. Depression, according to the emotion code, is anger turned inward, right? So I think a lot of times when women are perimenopausal and menopausal, anger is a huge one that comes to the surface because there have been years of just stuffing that stuff down deep where it's not acceptable for a woman to feel angry or to express her anger. And so it looks like depression. And so if you are feeling like you are wanting to snap at everybody every second of every day, you got some anger trapped in there. Great way, Ivana would be proud, a great way to work through that anger is to twerk it out. Women store so much of their anger in our hips, right? So you just gotta start, if you want to sway it, but really like twerk it out. Put on your favorite playlist if you are feeling angry. Don't yell at your family. Twerk it out. In the meantime, we're going to release anger. Anger. I bless and release you. Do you know the antidote, the superpower to your anger is acceptance? If you think about it, the angriest you get is when things are not the way they should be. You cannot accept a certain behavior. You can't accept a certain circumstance in your life. It shouldn't be this way. They shouldn't act that way. And so we're angry. But when we can move fully into acceptance that everything is as it should be, right? I'm not trying to control this other person's behavior. I move into acceptance. Then anger just naturally dissolves. It's really beautiful. All right, let me grab some cards for you. I'm going to pull some for the collective. Again, if you want a card specifically for yourself, just say card, and we'll pull one for you. And you know I'm going to use my pendulum. So I guess I should have had these in front of me so you didn't have to get that close up of my here. Okay, cards for the collective Freedom Frequency group. Yeah, that's what I thought. You guys, we like the sacred rebels in here. I think we're going to start a revolution of women reclaiming their power and their peace, for goodness sake. Who says for goodness sake? Freedom Frequency. Ooh, follow your own rhythm. Follow your own rhythm. I love this card. I have been tuning in so much to my own rhythms, especially as this relates to hormones, right? When we notice, like, women go through all 4 seasons every single month. Okay, you notice that you have times of inspiration, and you have times of introspection, and you have times of winter, right? So follow your own rhythm. And you know, society tries to tell us how we're supposed to be and what our life should look like and the pace we're supposed to keep for our life. And I got an F-bomb for that societal expectation. So I'll post the full read for here. I'll post the full reading in the group. But it says, deep within, you are moved by an ancient, powerful force that cannot be tamed. We're all wild women at heart. It is the rising pulse of your connection to the life force. You feel it in your bones, in your blood, in your heart, and in your belly. When there is something dying within you, sense it falling away, no longer needed. You sense when it is time to rest and be patiently in transition. You feel the stirring of agitation and restlessness when life calls you to create, to act, to step forward, and to take a risk. If you are feeling agitated and restless and that's your emotions, that's your subconscious, your spirit, the Holy Spirit communicating with you that it's time to shift and to create something new. Okay, so this message says that you cannot miss what you are destined for, nor will you gain anything by trying to push yourself. Nor will you gain anything by trying to push yourself. Trust in the life cycle within, and you will feel the perfect balance between effort and surrender, the discipline and letting go. So we're going to post the rest of this in the group, but I think that's perfectly aligned. All right, it's 12:21. I can stay on for another few minutes. Again, if anybody wants me to check in and say, hey, there's something that I can't quite pinpoint, I'd love to name it. Just say emotion in the comments. If you want me to pull a card specifically for you, say card. And if you feel complete, then I just bless you to have the most incredible weekend ever. And thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing your energy into our Freedom Frequency. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Going once, going twice. Any cards or emotions? Me. Okay, card or emotion? Emotion. All right, let's do it, Yvette. All right, Yvette. And just hold intention with her, please. Column A, odd row, B2, B4, B6. Is it pride, shame, shock, unworthy, worthless? Do you want to know when? Did this worthlessness get trapped for Yvette before age 20, between 20 and 30, before age 25, 26, 27, 28? 28. So girl, it is time to reclaim your value and look at 28-year-old you and know and tell her how deeply valuable she is. We release worthless from every cell, every tissue, every gland. Released. All right. Stephanie, Sacred Rebel. All right, Stephanie. Love you too, Jenna. So glad you're here. New birth, guarded vigilante. That's beautiful. Whoop. New birth. What are you birthing? Guarded. I said vigilante. Vigilantly. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. What is that? What is the message in the new birth card? Are you birthing something now? Are you letting go of something? In every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is the full learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be another way. Let's see. I'm skipping around, but I will send you the whole thing. If you have drawn this card, here's the guidance. Keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, a sacred place you visit, or your own body into which you retreat in relaxation or meditation. Sometimes you will find that others have taken up residence in your sanctuary. Perhaps an argument that you cannot let go of has another living in your head. A suffering that has not been acknowledged and released can feel like a big old dirty suitcase of emotional baggage cluttering up the temple space of your heart. It's time to focus on the purity, light, love, and compassion that dwells within you. Everything else will come and go, and that's just fine, but the purity within your sanctuary is eternal. Stephanie, you can come back to it to refresh your spirit and gain resources to help you deal with the rest of the world and even your own darker moments anew. It will give you the peace and spaciousness of mind you need to recognize the new life and to compassionately but firmly denounce any intrusion upon that new life by doubt, fear, or sabotage. And so it is. I'll send that to you too in an instant message. I just love you guys. Thank you for being a part of my Friday. If there's anybody else here that would like me to check into what's difference in card. I don't know, but you want one? Oh, the different card decks. I've got the Lightseer Tarot. I've got the Sacred Rebel deck and Kuan Yin, the Goddess of Compassion. So a card pool is just pulling a little guidance from one of these decks, and then finding a trapped emotion is releasing the trapped emotion. Thank you for asking and clarifying. Here, you want a little Kuan Yin in your life, Yvette. I want to see you dress up like Kuan Yin. All right, Yvette. Empress of the Pearl. You have an inner gift of great value. Hello, Yvette. We just released Trapped Worthlessness, and then we pulled the card telling you that you have an inner gift of great value. Come on, you can't make this stuff up. Born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided you are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on your growing light rather than getting caught up in suffering. You are worthy, and you are a gift to me and all who know you. Jamie, you want a Kuan Yin? Princess of the Autumn Harvest. Isn't she gorgeous? Just like you. Jamie, Princess of the Autumn Harvest brings gifts of bounty and blessing for efforts and actions of the past. Hello. It's a time when the fruit of your labor is ripe for the picking. A beautiful blessing is on its way to you now. With gratitude in your heart, you will recognize the blessing when it comes to you, and it will serve you perfectly. Be open to receive it, knowing it is justly deserved. Yes, yes, yes. So right on time. I just love you guys. Can I say that any more times? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jill is here. I love you. Thank you for being here. All right. Anybody else need a trapped emotion found or a card pulled for them? Go back and catch the replay if you were able to see the whole thing. I hope you guys will shake it out today. Bonus points if you send me a video of you shaking it out. And yes, I will absolutely send you a photo of it. Of course. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. I love you. Please, please, please don't hesitate to send messages or DMs if you need to work through something. Oh, there's Monica. Yay. You want both? An emotion and a card? Yes, duh. All right, Monica. Is the trapped emotion of highest priority for you today in column A? Odd row, B2, B4, B6, pride, shame, shock, unworthy, worthless. Hey, Yvette and Monica, maybe you guys can be accountability partners to remind each other of your value. Releasing worthless from Monica, from every cell, every tissue, every gland. And you want a tarot. Tarot for Monica. What do you need right here, right now? The Six of Wands. Can you just make that motion right now, wherever you are, if you're not driving? Just raise up those hands. Oh, that was really loud. Sorry. I get loopy when I play with you guys. Badass success. Yes, my friend is a badass. Leadership, accomplishments, being seen, optimism, inspiring others. You might not always see yourself this way, but I do. And so your affirmation that goes with that is, I am worthy of this success, and I am grateful that I am seen. I see you, and I love you. Okay, I have to hop off. I love you. Thank you for being here. And just again, let me know in the replay if you weren't able to be here live, and I will still send you a card or just a uplifting message, whatever you need. I love you. Please, please, please love yourself enough to acknowledge that this was a little reset, a nice little chair massage, right? You're not broken, but you were powerful enough to pause today, and you get to come home to yourself as many times as it takes.